Hey everybody, Alex here with another episode of Momentum Charting. Today we are going to get into the chart of SLV. I think there's some exciting updates that we need to talk about. But first, if you have not yet done so, please jump down below, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification. Doing both of those things is the only way to ensure that you don't miss any updates on silver over the next couple of weeks. Some really important stuff coming. So do me a favor, go down, hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. Let's get into the chart. Last time we talked about silver, I'm using the chart of SLV, proxy for silver. I'm here on the weekly time frame inside TradingView. Open up this momentum panel, and what I was discussing last time was what I believed was developing in the chart of silver, which was a sideways horizontal channel that was developing, in which prices, when they bottomed here in the very near-term future, were going to continue back up, bottoming somewhere around here, and at least reach close to the top of the upper bounds of this channel on the weekly time frame. And I believe we have hit that point in time where it's looking more and more to me like we are at a point here where this thing is bottomed, and I'm going to show you that. Just quickly here, I thought that what was going to happen here was the most appropriate approximate thing that was going to happen was similar to this last trend here. Okay, and we can count here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 weeks from the top to form a bottom here, and we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can see 7 and now working on number 8. So we are in the zone here where I believe we're getting very, very close to a weekly bottom. Let's look at the daily chart here. This is interesting too. And again, I'm going to, the other thing I just wanted to mention quickly was that I believe prices here eventually are going to carry back up to at least this level here, 2652. Yes, that doesn't represent a huge gain from where we are now, a little bit over $23, but what I plan on doing, as I discussed last time, using some leverage in the form of options, which can turn a modest gain if you're just buying straight up stock into a super trade with leverage. And options right now in silver, we've been moving, just chopping back and forth in a very small range for many, many months now. So options are very, very cheap. So that's the play I was looking at, just to let you know that. Okay, so here we can see represented on time. Let me get my ruler out here. Just wanted to show this first. So from the beginning of the downtrend to the point where we actually ended the downtrend, 47 days, and here we are at, so far, 48 days. Okay, so I thought that this was the biggest approximation, was this last downtrend. So we are right in the wheelhouse of where it looks to me kind of on time and price. You can see that on that weekly time frame, it really looks like we are getting close to an area here where we should be bottoming and turning back up. Okay, so that is the momentum. And then also here, let's get rid of this. Yeah, I wanted to show, there's a few more things that I wanted to show, but you can see here I set that downtrend line, and indeed it really looks like we're getting close to this area here, right around April 7th through April 13th, where we started bottoming. And you can see this nice spike up today in prices really looks close to what was happening in this area here. I said right around April 6th, April 7th to April 13th, where we formed this horizontal trend line and then broke out of it on April 16th. And you can see here today price has turned up sharply, and it very much here looks like you can see for the first time. Let me zoom in here on this and show you. You see the strength of this momentum data point today? It is stronger than any point we've had since this downtrend began in June. So I do believe we are getting set for a period of time, sort of choppy sideways. You see how this approximated it. I think that's what we are getting ready to do here, and eventually this is going to show up on daily and weekly momentum data that shows turning back to the upside. I believe that's what's going to happen and what we are getting ready to have happen here. Again, this big spike kind of out of the middle of nowhere today, up over 2% on silver, but this is kind of the area I'm waiting for further confirmation. What I would like to see is for us to start setting this sideways channel of momentum and then break out of it. But I'm not waiting for that. At the end of the day today, I already started adding some positions in SLV, some options, because I really strongly believe that the risk reward right here in this area is tremendous. So again, looking for prices, SLV to carry up at least to 26.56, potentially higher. And I think again, the period of time that it happened is going to approximate exactly what we did last time, which was I think the period of about a month and a half. Just get how many days exactly that was. So yeah, from the top, yeah, 42 days, so a little bit shy of a month and a half. So I think we're going to be looking for a top on this trend. Let's see this. Let's also get 42 days on here. Yeah, somewhere in this area here around the 9th of September. So I set my options out to the end of September just for a little bit of extra margin of safety on here. That's how I played this. And let's see here. Yeah, so about 5 weeks or so. So I'm expecting an approximate similar thing to what happened last time. If and when we do get to the top here of this channel, am I going to be selling my position? No, not necessarily. I want to look and see if this is the trend that actually breaks us through the weekly momentum to the upside and starts carrying us much, much higher. It could be. We need to wait and see for that. But first things first, we need to form a bottom here and start going back to the upside. And here's lastly some more the trend line I set and some more evidence. I'm on the MACD chart here, and you can see what happened here on this downturn from the middle of June, okay, on SLV. And you can see what happened on the MACD here this time. We got one big downturn, bottom, came up, and then had a sort of a double bottom here, right, where prices were lower, and then spiked to the upside. Now, if we go over here to the last bottoming process that I think is going to happen, this is almost identical. I mean, you look at this. The MACD came down, one big retrace, and came back up for a double bottom, and then had this spike in prices to the upside right here. And even more interestingly, so I believe that's another piece of evidence that gives us our bottom that's in place and on the weekly time frame, and we're now going to start working up. I took this trend line, okay, let me open this panel up and give a better view. I took it from the bottom here on the 30th of March and hit every significant data point, and I cloned this trend line and brought it over to what I thought was going to be our new one. And look, very, very interesting. This trend clone line happens to just hit these 2 points here perfectly. Isn't that interesting? here on July 27th at 9 in the morning, and then here on the 28th at around 10:30. Very, very interesting. So, guys, so that's my trend line that I've got set now. If we come down here, and I believe that, similar to what happened in the last trend, we are going to have some sort of retracement here and hit this trend line again. I don't know when exactly that's going to happen, but a touch of this trend line would be fine. But I'm going to be very, very cognizant of the possibility of breaching this trend line to the downside. If and when a breach of this very, very specific trend line here does occur to the downside, boom, that's it. I'm out of the trade, reassessing my position and looking for a different entry, because if that were to occur, I think we are not quite ready for a bottom, and I'm going to look for a better confirmation on a bottom than what we have in place already. I'm jumping the gun here just a little bit because I really think that we are at a bottom now, and I just think the risk reward here, 23.63, 23.14. So we're talking, 50 cents of downside and about $4 potentially of upside. They're talking like 7 to 1, 8 to 1 risk reward on this trade, which I think is really, really good. And judging by the evidence I put forward here, I believe strongly that we are at a point here where a bottom formation is coming, both on the daily, the 7-minute MACD, and the weekly also appears that it's at a point where we should start bottoming. So, yeah, a little bit long-winded on this video, sorry, but I had some important points that I wanted to bring out. I wanted to show you all the evidence why I think we are bottoming here on SLV. So, guys, make sure to jump down below, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification. That is going to be the only 2 ways you can ensure you don't miss any of my updates over the coming weeks. Really exciting, looks to me like 5 weeks ahead for the chart in SLV with some nice profit potential, nice profit opportunities. Subscribe to the channel. You don't want to miss any of my updates. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. See you on the next update video tomorrow or the day after probably. See you then. Thank you again for joining me on this video. Bye for now.